a very special day uh, in America where the primary election is going to decide who the nominee for the Democratic Party for the presidential elections. So it's only a presidential elections have not even started, but this has become uh, exceedingly the most important election. Today is the day because today the way Californians vote will decide whether it is going to be Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton. That's going to be the nominee of Democratic Party. So the elections have just started, I think, uh, mm, and uh, we can try to predict what might happen. There are two things that uh, we want to see. Uh, is it going to be fitting the pattern of the way people voted all this while, starting from February 1st? Or is something else going to happen and make a change? Uh, it is very easy to know a trend. So what you do is, you take the history and try to predict the future. Look at trends and see if there is any tightening up of preferences, and that will show what is going to happen next. So let's look at the charts I have made here. These charts are, let's go down to see them. Oops. Okay. These charts, this is are the percentages that Sanders received at each of these elections. You see the states named here. So percentage means, if he got 50% here, she got the balance 50, or let's say take this number 64 Maine, and 36 went to Hillary. So although these numbers are just for Sanders, you get a flipped over graph for Hillary, because each point she has the balance of the 100. Okay, but look at this graph. This is supposed to measure the behavior of the people over time. So over time, about what? The behavior of the people responding to the two campaigns. Yesterday, this straight line, which is the indicator of how things are going, called the trend line, it was going up towards 60, starting slightly below. But then look at it now, it's dipped down. That is because of this Sunday's election in Virgin Islands, 13%. And look at this, at 80, Alaska, he started, Sanders had 80% in Alaska, and it just plummeted. How that can happen? These are close caucuses. Let us think about that. They close the doors and they have the election. I think this is tequila. Only tequila can do this, because the men are now thinking about their ladies. So it went down. So this is no indication of normal behavior of humans. This curve should have fluctuations, more fluctuations here, because people are not made their minds, and as the campaigns progress, towards the end you will have tightening up of these the preferences. Let's look at open caucuses. Wow, look at that. This is exactly the way humans behave. You have this, fluctuation at the beginning, and it is tightening out because the campaigns are getting matured, and people are getting to know the candidates, and here are the results, and it is moving in a steady, proper, a given direction. 80% is what we had in Utah. 80% for whom? Sanders. So who are these? Open caucuses. Open caucuses is for uh, the delegates and the members of the uh, Democratic Party. So if you take caucuses, these are very active members of the Democratic Party. What it tells is that members of the Democratic Party, 80% are with Sanders at this point. They have been steadily coming up and hit this point. 80%, remember, Democratic Party members, 80% for Sanders at the time of Utah election. So we are looking at the whole country, but Utah is voting. And then here, closed primaries. Closed primaries are also, they are secret ballot, so nobody knows how somebody voted. And again, closed means only Democrats. So here they are voting. The 73 is an outlier in Washington, but the rest are moving slowly up towards 60 for Sanders. So this tells that the people who vote on the side of the Democratic Party are about 57 at this point and going up for Sanders. So that's close primaries. So those are members only, okay? The very active members and others. So look at the open primaries. Open primaries are for anybody. So even Republicans can come and vote here. And that's a good indicator of the general public, its opinion. So here it is coming up, 86 in Vermont, you know why that is. Massachusetts, 17, you can also guess what that is, but the rest of the people are slowly moving towards 60% for Sanders. So we know now that the whole country would be voting, not the whole country, the people who are voting on the side of the Democratic Party would be voting like 60% for Sanders at this point of time. And if they are only Democrats, they'll be voting 80% for Sanders. This is the story that the history of the primaries tell us. Okay, this tequila story also, remember that. So now let's play with some numbers. Here is a calculator. At voltmeter, you go and hit that and go all the way down, and you have this calculator showing up. These are the numbers that they are starting at. 1814 delegates for Clinton, and Bernie has 1523, and these are the percentages that represent. Here is graphic if you don't like numbers, and she needs 212 to get the majority of the pledged delegates. Pledged. Already pledged. They are promised and they are fixed. And those are the numbers. She needs 212. Sanders needs 503. That is how it stands today. According to my calculation. There's a slight difference here. Sanders might say, I need only 500 here. So anyway, still it's huge. And she has a humongous lead of 291. So how is this going to be going to play out if the the voting pattern is applied? So let's apply the voting pattern. 42 here. I tested this before. That is why I'm putting these numbers. I'm not putting 60 here. Okay. And 80s. We see the he needs 430. She needs 159 to win. This is winning a majority of 2026. This is a number that the news media is avoiding to tell you, because we are electing only uh, pledged delegates at this point of time. So there are 4,051 pledged delegates. This is the majority you need to win that. So let's go ahead and continue here. 42, 58. Oops, I didn't. Okay, let me come there. 42 tab 58. So now still this is 400 for him. So let's try here. Now see, nobody has won, but they have something to win. And 58. You have to put both numbers to see what has happened. So at this point she has got 2076, which is 50 over that 2026, right? 50 or 60 over that. So she has won. So this is what the graphs are telling. The 60% of the people would be voting for Sanders, and she's going to get this, but she still won because she got huge numbers ahead during the elections of the southern states. She has nearly 300,000 votes over what Sanders got, and that many, the equivalent number of delegates too. So that's where it stands if the people voted the same way. So Bernie says, I will get more votes in California. So let's give him 77%. At this point, yes, level the ground, no more or less. 41. She needs 41. He needs 52. So he has to do well in the rest of the primaries to prevent her getting this 41. If he can do that, he can win. So that is the story I wanted to tell you, and also to tell you that this election, this primary election series has shown us that America does not have any claim on democracy. These elections are shams, as we see that you just give them tequila and the whole game is over. So the public is voting in a certain way. We know their preferences, but the election outcomes are very different. So one of the big faults of this primary elections is that you have all the large states in the south voting at the beginning before people have had the chance to listen to the campaigns. So that is one reason that these results can be really bad. But anyway, looking at things that happened, it's a shame on America that you can it's they can never go out there and say how important democracy is. No, you don't have democratic elections here. That is it. So you have to fix that. And until then, keep quiet, uh, and uh, do your own thing. Okay, keep away from the rest of the world. Thank you.